Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review All the Old Knives. And this is a new thriller from Amazon and director Janus Metz, and this focuses on a conspiracy about a terrorist attack on an airplane. And 8 years later, Chris Pine is an agent from the CIA trying to uncover exactly what happened after finding out that there was a mole involved in the agency. And most of the film takes place over this dinner with him reuniting with his former lover and former agent, Thandiwe, and you have the two of them sitting at this table for most of the film, cutting back to him interrogating Jonathan Pryce's character, him being sent on this mission by Laurence Fishburne's character, and all the other interactions, certain things that was happening during this hijacking, and everything in between. This film is full of conspiracy of like who did what, who was behind this, and in some ways I feel like some of the things aren't as surprising as you might think, but to be honest, that might just be because I watch way too many movies, and sometimes it's really hard to surprise me. But I do think that there's plenty of twists and turns in the story, whether it's from what actually happened or what motivated people to do what they did, and there's plenty to go on with this film. I do feel like it is a little messy, it is a little overstuffed in trying to balance a lot of different moving pieces here, and there's like conspiracy upon conspiracy upon conspiracy where it's kind of like, okay, this is getting a little ridiculous with how many layers are going on here, and I don't think the nonlinear storytelling makes that easier, because it does make it feel a little messy, because you're bouncing around between so many different things, but it is building tension, and it is helping them pull back the layers on this onion of this conspiracy, what's going on. And I feel like the film and director Metz understand when to pull the thread and when to reveal something over the course of this hour and 40-minute film. I think the pacing is well done. I think it keeps you guessing and knows exactly when to give you more, even if sometimes it's a little hard to keep track of and a little hard to know exactly what's going on because there are so many twists and turns. But what I appreciated most about this film, it's not just a contemplation on what we can do narratively to trick people, but there's an emotional core to this film, and Newton and Pine really anchor it with their characters, and they give great performances. You believe them. You believe the attraction. When they cut back to passionate scenes where they had these connections, you feel that underneath the surface in the present moment scenes where they're interrogating, well, more or less, Pine is interrogating Newton all these years later, and you can still feel something underneath. And in general, they have a strong supporting cast too, because Jonathan Pryce is great. Laurence Fishburne does a really fine job. Jonathan Pryce is probably the supporting actor with the most to work with. And he definitely makes it work because he has his own sequence where Pine is interrogating him, and he really gets to shine in those moments. In general, there's some really solid suspense that's built up here. There's strong emotion, and there's some interesting choice in terms of filmmaking. And generally, this is a really solid, well-made thriller with some star power. And it's on streaming over on Amazon when this releases, so it's an easy watch. It's an hour and 40 minutes. It'll keep you on the edge of your seat, and it'll keep you guessing. And I feel like that's what it's going for. And maybe feel a little bit too. But those are my thoughts on All the Old Knives. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.